2025 Shanghai Masters. Can Jannik Sinner turn U.S. Open heartbreak into redemption? With a roller coaster summer resulting in a high-stakes U.S. Open final loss to Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner comes to Shanghai with a title to prove, not to mention the narrative closure. One of the hard-court events of the ATP is the Rolex Shanghai Masters, and Sinner is the current champion, and thus the question is not complex. Can the Italian use the pain of his last month into the victory on the courts of Qizhou? The scene: Shanghai reappears as a Masters 1000 heavyweight. The Shanghai Masters, October 1 to 12, 2025, will continue to be a key event of the late Asian swing and a beneficial source of ranking points and impetus on the run-up to the ATP Finals. In this year of entry, the list of heavyweights is impressive, with Sinner being included, and Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic, as well as others, are capable of achieving redemption in front of a Chinese crowd full of passion. The timing of the tournament is also a good place to help the players to pursue the goal at the end of the year, as the ATP race to Turin narrows. Form and context: where Sinner goes to Shanghai. The overall state of Sinner has been elite. He has snuck deep at majors, made numerous big title appearances, and his style has incorporated a newfound and more consistent serve with heavy baseline aggression. However, a drastic loss at the U.S. Open final to Alcaraz showed that there were some gaps in his tactics that Sinner has publicly committed to tackling. More than the psychological burn, the defeat will count in points to protect as well as in impetus. Sinner will be preoccupied with reducing lessons into cleaner designs under pressure. He has also given some suggestions for a cautious late-season program that places Beijing and Shanghai as major destinations, a strong indication that he appreciates his championship at Shanghai. Tennis betting fans can check out some reliable tennis predictions by renowned betting tips and strategies experts to enhance their chances of reaping the rewards. Why Shanghai is a natural stage of redemption. Shanghai is the right place to redeem Sinner for 3 reasons. Knowledge of the conditions. Sinner has won this last year, and demonstrated his ability to play a compact and aggressive hard-court brand that is favored by the slower, high-bounce surface of Qizhou. Such familiarity translates to a reduced number of tactical unknowns at the beginning of the game. Big match lessons. Grand Slam final defeat enhances decision-making under pressure. Sinner has always had a growth mentality. The best environment that he has to executing his lessons is a 7-day stay in Shanghai, where he has a history and a massive following. Points and positioning. As the ATP race is tight at the top, each Masters 1000 is important in terms of end-of-year ranking and ATP final seeding. A deep run not only relieves narrative pressure, but it also maintains important ranking equity. The challenges: overlaid drawing and stylistic issues. Redemption will not come easily. First, the field is crowded. Alcaraz must be fresher and hungrier following the U.S. Open victory, and Novak Djokovic has a proven record of performing well in Shanghai whenever he competes. Games against well-rounded movers or large servers may drain Sinner of his groove unless he is like a razor blade off the line. The post-summer injuries and fatigue will always be present, and after a profound summer, controlling minutes and the intensity of practice will be a key factor. What does a Sinner need to do to secure redemption? Curtail serve and return designs. Against elite baseliners such as Alcaraz, Sinner must turn more free points on serve and must not engage in long defensive rallies that favor the Spaniard. Vary pace and depth. Introducing additional short ball and sudden drops can break down the opponents who are only anticipating heavy hits. Mental reset in big moments. The U.S. Open demonstrated the tactical acuity of Sinner, and there are also certain elements of predictability. Reactions to crunch points will determine everything. Smart scheduling. He needs to juggle the match preparation and the restfulness, selecting the appropriate practice load and recovery period on the way to the competition. Probability and perspective. Practical anticipations. Provided you are in the fight of the first week and you expect Hollywood-type retaliation, calm down the spirits. To win a Masters 1000 needs form and luck, a charitable draw, good draws, and the capacity to deal with the special demands of end-of-season events. With that said, it is worth mentioning that Sinner has the shot-making, prior success in Shanghai, and an obvious interest in tactical evolution, which also makes him one of the realistic favorites, provided that he comes into the match healthy and focused. Bottom line: redemption is not merely a title, it is a process. In the case of Jannik Sinner, Shanghai 2025 is the perfect blend of familiarity, ranking incentive, and showdown to turn the recent disappointment into a statement of a late season. The crossing of that bridge will be based on thin ice, serve percentages, in-match adjustments, and the way he copes with his body and mind following a frenzied running of a Grand Slam. Should Sinner carry out, Shanghai may be less second-chance capital and more confirmation that he has the breadth and temperament of tactics to become the next long-term champion in the sport.